Fancy Think. I'm Jared, and today I'm going to be doing a short review of the book called More Than Human by Theodore Sturgeon. And this is part of our Sci-Fi Masterwork read-along. Now, I my copy of this that I got from the library of More Than Human is included in this American science fiction, four classic novels, 1953 to 1956, edited by Gary Wolfe. And this is put out by the American Library. What do they call themselves? American Library. Oh, the Library of America. Uh, and it's a really neat edition. There's three other novels in here. One by Frederick Pohl, The Space Merchants, one by Lee Brackett, The Long Tomorrow, and one by Richard Matheson, The Shrinking Man. So they could be interesting. If I didn't have to bring it back to the library, I might read those someday. I might be reading them someday anyways. But anyways, we read this book as part of the Sci-Fi Masterwork read-along. And I'm going to put up a different cover here because you can't really see, which book I'm talking about through this thing. But it's a neat edition, I think. Anyways, More Than Human by Theodore Sturgeon. Once again, written in 1953. It's a sci-fi masterwork that posits the idea of the next stage of human evolution. Sturgeon's writing definitely takes us into the action of the story while managing to pause for intricate psychological ideas and a little social commentary. The novel is broken up into three distinct parts. Each part almost feels like a different story until you finally start to see the threads of connection woven throughout. I thought it was quite clever how he managed to integrate plot and ideas into a meaningful story. Like most of the science fiction written back in the 50s, character work is not quite the focus here. The characters are more used to propel the story forward, and you don't get to really know them from a deep emotional angle. And that's not the focus of this book, as is, like I said, common for 50s science fiction. So the focus here is on a commentary about how society felt the next step of human evolution was going to progress. Any fans of the X-Men are going to wonder if Stan Lee started writing his superhero group after reading this novel. There's more contrast with the X-Men than compare, but the similarities in the themes are poignant. There is concern over how society will react to people with evolved powers. There are questions floated about as to whether humanity should be replaced or revered. Sturgeon does mention race and mental handicap a bit clumsily in the novel, but not too bad. It's keeping with the times that this was written, but nothing like glaring or overtly hurtful, unlike some pre-World War II writings. But he brings up some of these themes of othering pretty gracefully, and goes through it rather quickly in different points in the narrative. It would have been interesting if he could have delved further into these topics, but it is only a 200-page book, so he got the story down, he got it out. So instead, he looked more at the implications of an evolving humanity in both the psychological and social sphere. Specifically, how these special people would be exploited to advance technology and get a leg up on the balance of power. These big picture type problems are just a backdrop, though. The story of these characters and how they find each other are the important details of the book. Sturgeon keeps us entertained with a clever narrative structure and a psychological delve into memory and found family. So this was a very interesting read indeed. All right, and that's all I got for today. So check this novel out. It's pretty good. All right, and with all that said, be good to each other. Like and subscribe, and thanks.